Imagine waking up one morning with the ability to stop the world, not slow it down, not rewind it, but truly pause time so that everything around you became frozen in place while you remained free to move, breathe, think, and act. For Marcus Hale, a struggling physics student who had never been remarkable in any way, the discovery came almost by accident. One afternoon, while staring at his wristwatch during a stressful exam, he wished with every ounce of frustration that the clock would simply stop ticking. And suddenly, it did. The professor's chalk froze midair, dust suspended in a white cloud that never settled. His classmates sat locked in place, their pens hovering just above the paper. The world was silent, motionless, like a painting. Marcus stood up, his heart pounding, realizing that time itself had obeyed him. At first, he treated it like a gift meant only for him. He skipped through frozen crowds on the street, stealing snacks from stores, peeking at secret documents in professors' offices, even walking into a bank vault to stare at mountains of cash. But strangely, he never took more than a candy bar or a book. The stillness itself fascinated him more than any material prize. He would wander for hours through cities of statues, touching faces frozen mid-laughter, watching drops of rain hang in the air like tiny glass beads. Time resumed whenever he willed it, and the world carried on as if nothing had happened. But curiosity has its own hunger. Marcus wanted to know whether he was the only one. Late at night, while the world slept, he began experimenting. He paused time for days at a stretch, walking through empty highways and quiet houses. His hair grew, his stomach ached with hunger, but the people around him never moved. He realized the pause did not halt his own aging, it only trapped everyone else. That discovery filled him with dread. If he stayed too long in stillness, he would grow old while the world remained young. It meant the power was less of a gift, and more of a dangerous temptation. Then something happened he could not explain. During one of his long pauses, as he wandered through a deserted train station, he heard footsteps, not echoes of his own, but another rhythm. He froze in fear. Turning, he saw a woman standing calmly in the middle of the station, her eyes scanning the room. She was moving, she was breathing, she was alive inside the pause. Her gaze landed on him, and for the first time Marcus realized he was not alone in this frozen universe. Her name was Ilara. She explained, in a voice that carried both relief and sorrow, that she too had discovered the ability years ago. They were part of something she called the unmoored, a handful of people scattered across the world, each cursed with the same power. Most of them had gone mad from the isolation of living between ticks of the clock. Some vanished into the frozen world, never returning. Ilara warned Marcus that every use of the power left a scar, an invisible fracture in reality, and too many fractures could cause time itself to collapse. She showed him strange places where paused moments had rotted, where faces blurred and buildings twisted unnaturally, like corrupted files in a broken machine. Marcus tried to deny it, but the evidence was undeniable. And then came the darkest revelation. Ilara confessed that she had not found him by chance. The unmoored could sense each other, and some hunted their kind. She was part of a faction that believed the only way to protect the flow of time was to eliminate others who carried the gift. Her smile as she admitted this was both kind and cruel. She offered Marcus a choice: join her in purging the others, or risk being erased himself. Torn between terror and fascination, Marcus began to question whether he had ever truly controlled the pause at all. What if the ability itself was not a power but a trap, planted by something beyond human comprehension? His eyes returned to the frozen people around him, their lives dangling in his hands. For the first time, he wondered if he was just another piece in someone else's paused game, a puppet moving while the world waited. And when Ilara reached out her hand, urging him to decide, Marcus noticed something that made his blood run cold. Her watch, the same kind as his, was ticking. The second hand moved freely even though time was supposedly frozen, which meant only one thing: he was not the one who had paused time at all. She was, and he had been moving inside her pause, not his own. The realization crushed him with a chilling truth: the power had never belonged to him. He was simply a guest in someone else's stillness, allowed to believe he was in control. And if that was true, then perhaps he had never paused time even once. Perhaps he was still frozen right now, his every choice nothing more than an illusion granted to him by whoever truly held the clock.